Hello and welcome to the DrivingMaul Mitre10 Cup predictions. Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. Link above on Twitter, down below on YouTube. Give it the old thumbs up and share it with all your friends and that kind of stuff. Also, I'll be back again tomorrow night at 8 PM New Zealand time with the Hash Chat Rugby Show. Hi there, Support the Blues. Good to see you on here. And you'll obviously be supporting Auckland in the first game. So we have Auckland, Waikato, Bay of Plenty versus Wellington, Hawke's Bay versus Canterbury, Otago versus Manawatu, Southland versus Northland, Taranaki hosting Counties. Then we have the first set of double headers with Waikato, or double headers, or having to play twice in a round, Waikato versus Tasman, and the Battle of the Bridge to finish the weekend with Harbour hosting Auckland. So that's the round 3 Mitre10 Cup. We had some really good games last weekend. I got down to Eden Park for Auckland versus Northland. A much closer encounter than expected. Also, another game that was much closer than expected was a Ranfurly Shield challenge between Canterbury and and Otago. Early doors, Support the Blues thinks Auckland by 10 against the Mooloos. And I'm afraid, yes, both these sides have had a bit of up and down start to the season. Auckland lost their first game out against Counties by a very small margin, just 2 points, and then they beat Northland by just 2 points. So very close, both those games. Waikato also opened with a loss and then got the win last weekend. So on that score, I think I'm going to go with home advantage, and I'm not going to be as, I'm going to go for the home side by 3 points. So I think Auckland are going to win that one up front with the home advantage. Bay of Plenty shocked a lot of us by beating Hawke's Bay, or Battle of the Bays, so they get to call themselves the Bay for the next 12 months, and they get to play Wellington. Now Wellington have had a cracking start to the season, and with 2 wins, including a win over a Premiership side as well. So I think with that in mind, and Bay of Plenty, that was a bit of a surprise victory. So I'm going to back the Lions by 7 in that game there. After that, Hawke's Bay have Canterbury at home. The unenviable task of facing Canterbury at home. Let's be honest, they have started strongly, and okay, Otago got a lot closer, but Ranfurly Shield challenges tend to do that, don't they? And they're a bit like finals in that sense, that they tend to bring out the best in teams. So even so, I think that Canterbury will take that one comfortably away, and I'm backing Canterbury by 15 in that one. Let me know your thoughts below. I'm always up for good rugby chat, so do let me know your thoughts on how you think these games are going to go as well. Otago have opened the season with 2 losses. That's game against North Harbour in the opening round, which was a replay of the championship final last year, and then that Ranfurly Shield challenge against Canterbury. So 2 tough games to kick off with, really. This week they get Manawatu, who have, again, another side that's lost 1-1-1. But I think at home they should get their season back on track and beat the Bucketheads by 5. Southland, Northland, so top versus bottom. That is a big one. Nice, thanks for the update there that almost half of the Canterbury had a lot of sick players leading up this weekend, which is why probably Ranfurly Shield was a bit closer than expected. Southland versus Northland. Now, I talked on the Hash Rugby Chat last week about how I enjoy Northland. I like Northland, but I don't rate them. And then they went all the way and pushed Auckland all the way at the weekend. Southland, 2 losses and not particularly close ones either so far. So you've got to say Northland have turned a corner and are nowhere near as bad as they have been in recent years, and so should take that one, even though they are at the other end of the country. And I'm going to back Northland by 3, as I'm still not fully confident of their squad yet. The Naki then take on Counties Manukau. Now, I thought I've been really. These are 2 teams that I rate in this competition, but both have been a lot more topsy-turvy than I was expecting this time. I thought that the Naki probably would have turned over Wellington, even though I know I said at the time that Wellington were going to win, but they came up short, and also a bit surprised by the kind of the situation that counties found themselves in at the weekend as well. So I think both those sides have not yet firing on all cylinders, and I'm going to say that home advantage is going to be the difference there, and back the Naki by 5. We then come into the Sunday games. Now these hosted, or both these games have teams that have played. They're going to play twice in this round. So how much is fatigue going to tell in these? We'll have to find out. Waikato host Tasman. Now Tasman have been really disappointing this season. They're a team that we've been banging on about how good their culture is, how a lot of their squad have got the old logo tattooed on them. It shows they really buy into it. And then they got thumped by Canterbury and lost to Manawatu as well. And Manawatu are a championship side, not a premiership side, so that really was a surprise upset there. Waikato, poor first outing, but then got themselves on track. We're going to see, obviously, how they do against Auckland earlier on. So you might want to leave your predictions until later, until you've seen that game on Wednesday night. But personally, I can't do that because it's here on video live now. So I'm going to back the home side because Tasman really have disappointed this season and have been poor. Then, to close out the round, we have the Battle of the Bridge. Harbour have started off with 2 wins for their Premiership campaign, and I know that the TAB has been getting big on that. You've got to remember, though, that Southend and Otago are both Championship sides, so let's not get too carried away with how Northland have gone so far. Yes, they have been playing well, but you've got to remember that you can only play the opposition that turn up. Auckland, on the other hand, have been a bit shaky, and I mean to beat Northland only by 2, that really is poor. And so I've got a funny feeling that the bragging rights are going to go north of the bridge this one, and I'm going to back Harbour by 3. So that's how I see the round 3 games going. Do let me know your thoughts on that. I know Support the Blues isn't going to be too happy with that prediction. I'm an Auckland supporter as well, but even so, you've got to rule with the head, not with the heart on these predictions. And that's how it goes. So do let me know your thoughts on how you see these games going. And don't forget, sign up for the newsletter, link above on YouTube, on Twitter, down below on YouTube. And I'll be back tomorrow at 8 PM New Zealand time with the #RugbyChat show. So check that out, both on Twitter and on YouTube.